live and just talk to you guys who might be interested in some of the videos I've already posted, or have suggestions, or would like more information. So that's why I decided to go live tonight. I'm a little tired, actually. James and Karen and I really were pounding out the content, and I needed to take a rest. Today I was resting a little bit, but then I had an event with my daughter at the plaza where the elementary school was doing a show. So it ended up going from roughly 4 p.m. and it kept going until just like 10 minutes ago. It's 8:27 now, so gives you an idea how long the event went. So anyway, hi Bill, how are you? I just wanted to come on tonight and just answer questions for you guys, you know. Anything. We talk about anything you want to talk about. And James and Karen went back home. They made it home safely today. I monitored their trip all the way home. I drove them all the way to the terminal for the bunker, and then helped the guys to get James's bike loaded up on the ship. And once we got it up on the boat, I said goodbye to them and back home again. I was home, I think, before 8 a.m. The boat left at like 7:10. Normally it's an hour. I think it took us an hour plus to get there because they were making a video of the roadway going there. And then we did see another terminal that transports people. But we had already made an arrangement in Kalampang, so we went ahead and continued on over to Kalampang, got them on the boat we had made the arrangement with, and it was 800 pesos per person, and then 800 for their motorcycle. So it ended up being 2,400, same price they came over here for. So coming to Masbate Island cost 2,400, going back cost 2,400, and that was good. We let them stay with us to save them costs. You know, it can be expensive if you're running in and out of a resort. So, hello, John Double from Australia. How are you? You know, I've been doing all these live feeds with James and Karen, and tonight I'm by myself. I have my wife here behind me. She's busy right now on her phone. They're preparing dinner for everybody. We just got done with an event with my daughter, and my 9-year-old had an event for elementary school at the plaza. So we were all over there having a good time. And now we're back home, just relaxing. Probably won't stay alive till 10 or 11 at night. I don't have any parties going on tonight, but I can promise you guys we will have in the future. I see the amount of views and I got a few more fans in here. Thank you for showing up. Thanks for coming to my live feed. We really had a great time last night, the going away party. We kicked it off good. It was for James and Karen. It wasn't for anyone else. It was for them to have a good time, to enjoy their last night in Masbate. And then we got up like 4 o'clock in the morning. You're welcome, John. You know, I'm not much of a singer. The only thing that allows me to sing is right here. You know, you have a few drinks, you feel like you can sing anything. But I'm not really much of a singer. I usually let the ladies do all the singing, but thanks. It was a song I could handle. I guess I did okay. Nobody told me to sit down and shut up, you know. But anyway, we're gonna have some more videoke sessions tonight. They're actually doing they're doing it tonight, Sean.
I think they're coming.
Lola's party.
It's done.
All done already? Huh?
They're trying to eat there, but no
No more food. Well, anyway, we bought groceries for Lola's anniversary of her death. Masbate is really big since you folks drove for 2 hours on that road trip. What's the population and landmass size? Boy, I can't tell you either of those. It's big. It's pretty big, actually. If you go from where I live at this end of the island, you go up the peninsula to Masbate City. They still have land on the left, and then you go all the way across to the right. It would take you from my house, getting all the way up and all the way across, almost 5 hours to go across the island from the tip we're at all the way up and over to the right-hand tip. And you can look on the map and see Masbate Island. So, I mean, I could go to Google and look it up for you. Yes, John, I'm really enjoying my life. This is the life, and this is what it's all about. You know, you work hard. I did 20 years in the military. I got out. I became a contractor on the waterfront in San Diego and worked on the carriers, the ships. I worked on the submarines. I was working for SAIC, AMSEC, their subsidiary, AMSEC. And I developed a submarine program for them, contracting to the submarine world because I was familiar with submarines. And I was actually able to sit at my desk and quote all the jobs that they sent over, all the requests for jobs that they wanted to fill during an upkeep. For example, we had USS Helena going into upkeep, and they wanted to do tile flooring in the engine room. They wanted to do wood flooring in the forward compartment. They wanted the washer and the dryer replaced. They wanted the dishwasher replaced in the kitchen. They wanted new cabinets built. So what I did is I put together the contract from my house. I was subbing everything out. And I wasn't doing the job myself, of course. So I just contacted companies on the waterfront, and I got 3 bid, took the lowest, put the next job out there, got 3 bid, took the lowest, kept doing that. Then I added 20% on top of the total, and I win the contract, hands down. I was beating everybody. I walked in the door of the new company I went to work for after I left AMSEC. I went to work for a company called Miller Marine there in Chula Vista, and $58,000 was my salary. I walked in the door, and I brought them in $158,000 contract. The day I walked in the door, we were already hired. So we had a $158,000 contract to monitor for me to go down the submarine and make sure everything was going smoothly with the subcontractors. And then the diesel engine had an issue, and we grew it over $1 million. You know, so that's the kind of work I used to do. Now I can relax. Now sit around here on the beach if I want. I have a business. My business is moving product from the US or England or Italy, France, different manufacturers that I set up contacts with. I'm their wholesaler for Asia, and so I'm opening distributorships around here in Asia. So I end up with, I'll read that in just a second, Bill, but that's about right, yeah. Get you across the state of Iowa, maybe a little farther even. But my business today is, the primary focus on my business is selling equipment, ionization, ozonation for swimming pools. And I've got a distributor in Manila here that's working hard, making a lot of sales. My distributor in Thailand is doing excellent. And my distributor in Thailand is now handling Vietnam and Malaysia, Singapore, overlapping with my distributor from Manila handling India, Malaysia, and Singapore. So we got the whole Asia over here. Bangladesh is even covered. I got a distributor over in Bangladesh. So I opened up distributorships for people who want to sell the products. Then it's very simple because they send the money to me. They make the sale to their customer. They send I send them a pro forma invoice for what they want to order. They send the money to me. I do a pro forma to my manufacturer. They send me an invoice. I pay it with the money I received, and the rest of it stays in my bank. So, and then the product doesn't come to the Philippines. it goes direct to the customer. It goes direct to my distributor. So I don't touch product. So the money coming through the Philippines is money because I'm a wholesaler for the company, and it's in my wife's name anyway. So, hi Ray. Oh, nice for you to join us. Good evening. Bill, east to west is 5 hours. Will get you across the state of Iowa, where I live, landlocked by big rivers on both sides. Missouri River on west, east sides, Mississippi. Yeah, I used to live right by the Mississippi. When I lived in Algiers, New Orleans, on the West Bank, we used to play in the Mississippi River. We used to play on the levees and tried to think we were Tom Sawyer, getting a big wooden raft and try to float our asses out there in the river. It didn't work. The raft wanted to sink. We dove off and jumped back on shore. Anyway, I know all about that Mississippi River. I haven't spent much time on the Missouri. I've never even been near the Missouri River. James has. Anyways, I appreciate you guys coming in and joining. Thank you. I just wanted to have a, general chat, just question answer type thing. Just chat with you guys, get to know you better, have fun, and I don't want to spend a whole lot of time on here. Are you having a party tonight? Here? Maybe. Is that why you're here, Susan?
Yeah, I invited.
And Susan, they want to have a party again tonight?
Maybe, why not?
Maybe, why not? Okay, well, you guys have a party. You know what? Maybe I'll turn you live on and go to sleep. Northwest Louisiana. Okay. I actually, when I was 9, my father was a preacher, and he moved us from Washington State, from Renton, down to New Orleans to preach. After 2 years in New Orleans, he quit preaching at that church and moved us out to LaPlace, Louisiana, which is just the other side of Kenner. Okay, and then from LaPlace, Louisiana, I guess we spent from the time I was 11 till I was almost 16 there. Then he moved up to Jackson to start preaching again, up to Jackson, Mississippi. So I kind of got around a little bit, but the South is my stomping ground until I joined the military. Then California became my stomping ground. So anyway, when you are in the military and you travel a lot and you get stationed different places, you learn a lot. And basically what I learn, I bring it here to the Philippines and I apply it. And I learn so much from the people here, how to do something with nothing. So you apply that with your knowledge, your engineering knowledge, and the knowledge you have from all the things you've done, and it works out. It's easy to live here and survive in the Philippines. That's kind of why I made my title "Surviving in the Philippines," by Michael White, because I just wanted to. And then I have put "Thriving Expat," because when you look at it, I'm thriving. From the time I started, let me read I'll just stop talking, read your statement there, John. You're 56, you worked on the railroad, you retired last year in May. I've been to Davao. I love the Filipino people. I'm going back to the Philippines this year. Well, John, you know what? Davao's a nice place. But I think if you come over here, just give me a holler. I always have an extra room somewhere to put you. You come over and stay, check out Masbate, see if you like it. Masbate, I try to, like James and I were joking, I don't really talk about it too much. I haven't in the past because I don't want a lot of people here turning it into a Dumaguete or a Subic or Angeles, I just want it to be a fun place to go and fish and relax and all that. So, Ray, you're in Tagaytay. We rode big bikes. Me and my doctor friend in Las Piñas, my distributor out of QC, another friend of mine, his name is Jose Gutierrez out of Cavite. He's part of the Aboites family. And the doctor's brother, we all went up on big bikes up to Tagaytay. I was riding a 750 Honda ADV. That was the smallest bike there.
Jen, ano nga gulong
My
yan?
friend David and I were both riding the same bikes. One was red, one was black, that our friend Jose owned. He owned both of them. And so he let us borrow his big bikes. And because I didn't take my bike to Manila. And we rode up to Gaitai all the way to the top, turned around, came down, checked out the island, circled around, and then came back down and went back to Cavite. That was a lot of fun. Thanks, John. I appreciate it. I try to be a nice guy. I went to boot camp in Orlando, Ray. But Great Lakes is cool. And Subtender in Charleston. Were you on the Frank Gable? Frank Cable. Subtender, Frank Cable, was in Charleston when I was there. I was there from 79 till, or 80, let's see, when did we go there? I joined 78. I was in Pascagoula in 79. We went to Charleston in 80. I left in 83.
Sabi mo.
And the Frank Cable was there in Charleston with us. You had a heat stroke in the Navy. Since then, I have a hard time cooling down when I get overheated. Well, you're in Tagaytay now, so enjoying the mountains, that's nice. It's not so hot up there. Masbate can get rather hot at times,
Masito na ako.
but now I'm improving my power situation with solar. I'm adding and adding now, and I'll be making a lot of videos on that in case somebody wants to go into solar. So James, I introduced James to what I had going on in my old system, a new system, a budget system, because some guys were asking about how to do a solar system under 100K.
You know?
So we proved it could be done. I showed James we can purchase pretty much everything on Shopee or local solar panel shops here. And for under 100K, you can have a nice little system, 3,000 watt system. So that's what I was working with James on, and that's why we made the content about the solar. I'm going to make more, I would like to get more questions from people and put them together and then do another solar video so that I can help everybody who wants to become energy independent. That'd be really nice. Alamogordo, Cooper River, Goose Creek, southern suburb of Charleston. I was living in Navy housing in Goose Creek, and we used to take my boat down on the river, the Cooper River. I had a 14-foot boat with a 75-horse Merc cruiser on it, and we used to about jump the damn waves. That thing had so much power. We used to water ski down the Cooper River. That is so cool, Ray. Yeah, that is so cool. Anyway, we've been in the same places, bro. That's amazing. Because my first submarine was stationed right there in Charleston. I was 3 years, and me and the boys, we couldn't stand. We had to get out, I'm a country boy, so I had to get out and have fun. That's cool. USS Alamogordo, stationed in the middle of Cooper River at Goose Creek. You were up there with the boomers. Yep. Very good. Yeah, I know all about that place. It's sad you had a heat stroke. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm glad you're okay, though. But, so you're saying here in Manila or in the Philippines, it's too hot for you? You have to stay cool? That's why you went to Tagaytay? You're coxswain on the 50-foot twin-engine, ferrying personnel back and forth from ship to shore. Oh, that's a fun job. My goodness. What an easy job, back and forth. That's a hell of a job. Only problem is you couldn't drink, You're in the military. That's funny, though. That's cool. Yeah. So we're boat people, too. That's nice. That's why I chose Tagaytay. Yeah. I agree. You really have three choices. You have Tagaytay. You have up north. What's that little town called up north in the mountains? Starts with a B.
Huh?
The town up north starts with a B. We went to.
Bacolod?
No, the town up north in the mountains. Very cold. Remember the shower was freezing cold?
Baguio.
Baguio. God, I don't know why I brain fart like that. Baguio. You have Baguio. You have,
Ate, may ande tao na.
come on in. Good evening. You have three areas. You have north of Quezon City, Antipolo, Tagaytay, or Baguio. Any of those three are good. They're cool. They're a lot cooler than here. John, well, the good weather's here. And my father-in-law right now, he was sewing nets just now when I was talking to him. But I want to go out again. Not sure when yet. My brother-in-law is going to leave next week. You want to see a fishing trip? I'll talk to him. We'll pick a day and go. You know, it's fine with us. We like doing it. It's fun. You got kicked out of school for journalism and became a boatswain. It's pretty good. John, you know what? I'll just talk to my father-in-law and I'll get back to you on it. I'll leave you. I'll reply to you on this live feed after I shut it down tonight. Maybe tomorrow I'll find out. Because right now he's just sewing the nets. Baguio, a lot of traffic. Yeah, Antipolo can get a lot of traffic on the weekend because everybody's cruising up there on their bikes. The windy road, they like to go cruise on their motorcycles up to Antipolo and beyond, way up in the mountains there. But Baguio is downright freezing. You got to have a hot water heater in your shower there. Because we went in this place, I'll tell you the story. We all went there for vacation. We rented a place. They didn't have hot water in the shower. So we took the kettle that you use for heating up water. We filled it with water, plugged it in, heated the water, poured it in a bucket, did another one, poured it in a bucket, then filled the bucket with cold water, mixed it, and had a warm water shower. It was freaking cold, man. That was a cold-ass place. I don't want to live there. Baguio is too damn cold for me, and you're right. Way too much traffic. I don't want to live where there's traffic. You guys you saw our video, right? There's no traffic here. That's the beauty of this place. You got to watch out for dogs, chickens, people, carabao, cows, goats. You never know what's going to walk out in the middle of the road on you. So you have to be careful. You have to drive, defensively. But as far as traffic goes with vehicles and cars, beautiful. Beautiful place to go out riding your bike. I mean, this morning we rode with James and Karen. I rode like an hour and a half. We rode slow, 50 kilometers per hour, going to Kalampang to drop them at the boat. And then I rode back. It took me like, 40 minutes. I was cruising. I was on my 400cc Kawasaki Dominar. So I was hitting over 100 a couple times there on the straightaways. And I was in a hurry to get home. I was going to try to get home before my daughter had to go to school. I didn't make it. I realized my time wasn't going to make it, and I just slowed down then. It took about 40 minutes, and they had already left. The boat had already left. Your electric bill is rarely over 1,000 peso, and you rarely use aircon. That's awesome. And you know, Ray, put all your live stream in a playlist. Okay, I got to learn how to do that. I'm not good at, like James now, they're great at this. I'll ask them and get some help and learn how to do it, or maybe I'll look it up and see how to do it, figure it out, and I'll do that. The ride back, I guess it only took me 40 minutes to get back here. But that's because there was no traffic either. It was a fun morning, going for a ride. I mean, we left here at 5:30 in the morning, barely daybreak. All right, Ray, I appreciate it. Okay. Nice. You're streaming while you sleep. And is that uploading videos or live streaming while you're sleeping? But is anyone watching you if you're streaming while you're sleeping? How does that work? You just plug your phone in, leave it on? I'm curious how that works. Yeah, John, taking James and Karen, the first night, my father-in-law says, "Oh, I'm going fishing." I said, "Oh, can we go?" He said, "Sure." So James and I jump on the boat. Off we go fishing. We came back, and Karen was fit to kill him. She was so angry with him. Ah, you're watching other live streams. Okay. All right. So if I put my live stream in a playlist, you can click on it and you're watching it, all of my live streams while you're sleeping. I gotcha. Wow. Okay. You know, I'll try doing that too. I'll do it for you guys too. But yeah, what was so funny was James and I went out fishing. When we got back, Karen was mad. She was ready to temple him, I tell you. So we told her, "Look, we'll go fishing tomorrow, no problem. We'll take you with us, Karen." So, you know, when the ladies want to do something, you can't say no to them. But if you take off before you even tell them, that's always a better time anyway. So, anyway, how you guys doing? Rona, we haven't seen you in a while. We have our guest Rona here. She's Kagawad. I'll flip my camera around so my friends can see you. Hi, Rona. I have my friends. I'm doing a live. My friends from Australia and Tagaytay and a couple other places around the world are on here. I have 6 people viewing right now. And so this is Susan. You guys met Susan last night, and her husband Boyette. Rosalind, you met her last night, and my wife Charm. So they're just having a little snack right now. We were at that event for my daughter, and we just got back. Hi, Bill. How are you? And yes, Ray, it's better to ask forgiveness than permission in a lot of cases, you know. It's always better. It really is. It's always better. What am I saying? In some occasions, it's always better. Anyway, Bill, tell us about you. How are you, man? We got more people in here. I got 7 people watching. And I got 6 likes already. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I went from 66 subscribers in the week's time that James and Karen were here, and I'm up to 192 subscribers. And I'm sure wishing I could get more subscribers. Thank you, 1 star. Where in Texas are you from? If I'm talking too loud, somebody just tell me. I tend to have a loud voice because my hearing is not so good these days. I was a submarine sonar tech, and it kind of destroyed my 4,000 hertz hearing. Wow, Bill, you're in your 70s. Retired truck driver. Can you make it over here to the Philippines, Bill, or are you already here? In the hill country north of San Antonio. Okay, 1 star. I was born in El Paso and lived there only 2 years till I was 2 years old. And then my mother moved us up to Washington State when she was getting a divorce from my dad. And so I came from a broken family, and stepfather raised me from the time I was about, I don't know, 6 years old or so, 5 or 6. Stepfather raised me until I joined the military at 17 years old. I did the delayed entry program into the Navy. He's watching TV. Turn it back on. Oh, this is my little son, MJ. Say hi, MJ. MJ. And my daughter, Micah. And they're always fighting over the TV. Say hi. He got the remote. Good for you, son. You're determined, huh? Let's read the Ray says, I filled my wash tub in my shower, put in clothes and soap, and stomp on them. Like I was making wine while dancing to Buddha's music. That's a definite live feed, Ray. You gotta show that. Wait a minute. Maybe I saw that. You did a feed on that, didn't you? Ah, Bill, okay. Well, you know, I'm glad you're okay enough to be on here with us. And you know what? We'll try to put out contents that can make you feel right at home with us. We're sure glad you came to visit us. And my whole goal here, like I told James, it's not about money. I got enough money. And it's about trying to just enjoy myself, you know, just have fun, talk to people, go do events and things that they might like to see, and post it up to them so they can see it. And like I don't even want money from this. Maybe if I get enough views and stuff and subscribers, I'll kick it over to my wife and let her make money off of it. Because we have I saw that. Lalababa Budos. Yeah, I knew I had seen that. I didn't realize, I didn't think about her. It didn't dawn on me you were stomping clothes in your shower tub. That's okay. That's pretty good. Are you single, Ray? Is that why you were doing it yourself? Is that why you're stomping clothes in the tub? Yeah, one star. I was working on HVAC on the submarines and the military ships. Did a lot of HVAC recoveries and cleaning and parts change outs and things like that as a contractor. And then I was also doing electrical. I did electrical engineering, and I was working. We would clean the motor generators on the submarines. We'd rig out the rotors, leaving the stators there, and rig the rotors out, and then we would wash with soap and water and hand wash the entire inside of the generator, replace all the brushes, cut them in, and do generators. I've just done a lot in my life. I do welding. I don't run machinist equipment, although my father was a machinist. I didn't take the time to really learn it from him. But I do welding and mechanics and just dabble here and there in different things. I'll get back to you on the HVAC in just a second. I just want to read a couple of these comments. My 3 reasons for doing YouTube. It inspires others, like I was inspired by YouTube content about the Philippines. Good. Connecting to others, engaging my creativity. Very good. And right now, one star, you know what I'm doing? And I tell the expats here, easiest business in this country where it's hot is HVAC. And you don't have to do it. There are a number of HVAC techs here, trained really good guys. You open a business in your wife's name or your girlfriend's name, and you hire 2 guys, and you're off and running. Right now, I've got I think I have 5 resorts I'm cleaning air cons for. The biggest one is like 60 air cons. Doing cleaning and repair, refrigerators, freezers, air con. Hi, Ray was an HVAC tech too. I'm lagging a little. That Starlink might be lagging. Maybe because I got the TV on, I don't know. I hope it doesn't lag too bad. But here in the Philippines, HVAC is the easiest business, the least cost for overhead, and the biggest return on investment that an expat can do. It beats hog raising, it beats chicken raising, it beats vegetables, and I do all of that. It beats selling gasoline, gasol, diesel, I do all of that. Ice, pizza, brownies, we do all that too. But HVAC tops them all. I make more money in HVAC. And for example, one 3-day period at one resort, I made 44,000 pesos. How many pizzas you got to sell to make that? You know? And that was only, I think, 40 units. And then the additional was charging up some units that were a little low on Freon. Leak checking and charging. Just Schrader valve leaking is all it was. And they're all Daikin air cons. They're all the same. They hired a Daikin company to come in, and every unit they put in was Daikin. Can you imagine how easy it is to mass clean those with a crew of 5 guys and 2 pressure washers? 3 days, 44 units, knocked them out. So, you did supermarket refrigeration, okay. But, cool sis. That company is ringing my bell. I know them out of, wow. No, I don't know them because it's probably not the same company that was here in Manila. There's a company that does refrigeration here in Manila. I don't think it was Cool Sys. I think they had another name. Anyway, that's cool. That's cool, Ray.
That's in Thailand, though?
I don't know. What do you want? That's Thailand?
I think.
Is that Ramayan Water Park? Oh yeah, it's Thailand. The kids are watching the water park in Thailand. Charm and I just took the kids, all three of the kids. We all went to Thailand, spent 2 weeks. We visited Pattaya Shore, Pattaya Beach there. We walked the red light district, my wife and I. Did we have the kids with us in the red light district? We all walked the red light district, the kids too, right? All of us went. Yeah, the kids were with us. Yeah, we all walked the red light district. The kids were with us, I'm sure. I'm pretty sure they were. Or who was with us? Yeah, it was Charm and I and the kids. We all went. We went down to the beach and we played on the beach, and then we went on down to the red light district because we wanted to walk and see what it was all about. My last company, we went from 1.7 million as our best year. In 5 years, I got them over 40 million. Hard work, but fun times. That's awesome. That is really awesome. I know they're happy you're there, you know. I've got a lot of Aircon Tech friends around, HVAC friends. But, you know, I got a couple freezers here. The R600 Freon inverter freezers. I reprocessed one, and I'll be damned if I can find the leak. I got a leak somewhere inside. I can't find the damn thing, and I don't want to tear the whole damn freezer apart to find it. So I just said, I told my wife, I said, you know, it's just not worth it. Spend another 20 grand, buy another one. But I have another one that the shelves, she put the ice on so heavy that the shelves on the sides, right where the Freon lines go through the shelf, it's bent down. It's like a U, like that, the shelf. And just recently it started not cooling. It's only cooling the top 3 shelves, so it's losing Freon. So I have a stop leak. I don't know if you ever heard of Aerocom Extreme Ultra. I sell that product from, it's a product I import to the Philippines from Italy. And they have Extreme Ultra White for R600, R134A, and the 209 for freezers and refs. And then I have the other pink Extreme Ultra that's for all the other Freon types. R22, 410A, R32, you name it, 408, 404C. It can 410A, 407. It stops the leaks in all of them. The pink one, but I use the white one is designed for refrigeration. So that's what I do. And yeah, Aerocom Extreme Ultra is simple to install. You don't have to hunt for the leak. You just inject it, hook the syringe up, turn the unit on, inject, pull it off, charge up any remaining Freon you need to charge up, and you're done. Let it run. And it's good to go. No more leaks. On 410A to 454B. Okay. Well, that'll be a little more energy efficient. I've got a whole graph I did. I was speaking to PSME, Philippine Society of Mechanical Engineers. I used to talk to them. I used to do seminars in SMX MOA for the PSME group. They would invite me as a guest speaker. And so I did a lot of seminars with them on energy efficiency in HVAC and things to help them, aid them in like the stop leak and things like that. So, because I sell a lot of HVAC products in my company. And they're really happy. They learned a lot from me, but sales didn't get so big. You know, I finally decided to just turn everything over to a distributor and let them run with it. And I just semi-retire, and it's easy. So you can Daikin's mini splits in Brownsville. I have my own company for a while. Nice. That's what they use here too, Daikin. And
Hindi na kami doon
yeah, going to a flammable refrigerant.
Tapos na pala session niyo.
I fixed thousands of inverter communicating systems, mini splits, and regular splits. Yeah, you know the easiest way to fix those? Change the motherboard. You know the problem here, One Star? We have power fluctuations. Sharp, somebody's at the gate. We have brownouts, blackouts are terrible in the Philippines, especially where I live, in Balu. That's why, another reason why I'm off the grid, okay? The brownouts and blackouts cycle the power so hard. And what's sad is the people who sell the inverter units to their customers are not telling them to get an AVR. They're not telling them to use a voltage regulator. And so the people are coming home, they're just plugging it in the wall, and 3, 4, 6 brownouts, boom, there goes their inverter board. They're calling me up. Mr. White, can you come help me out? I got a problem. My refrigerator or freezer is not cooling. And boom, I go to the house,
By number.
troubleshoot. Yep, our inverter board. I order their 1,500 or 3,000 peso inverter board, come back, plug it in,
By number.
off and running. But I tell them, buy an AVR. You know, I'm the one that tells them to buy an AVR. And they can go here on their little Shopee site and pick one up for less than 400 pesos, like 300 pesos for a cheap small AVR. If you guys, it's not that hard. You know what, Hillbilly? You probably need to try the Extreme Ultra stop leak that I sell. You can contact me about that. We'll talk about it. Once you inject it, you don't have to look for the leak. It's going to find the leak and stop it. If it's going months between leaks, between having to recharge, then the stop leak will definitely stop it. It'll stop up to 0.3 mm hole. So, and I'll tell you how good it is. Yeah, 3-second power glitch. Board throws a code. It sure does. It's terrible here. The power here is terrible. I couldn't physically do it anymore. Commercial HVAC and young 9 games. Took my VA disability and carried my ass here. Well, you know what, Ray? You can do it again here. You're the expert. Hire the technicians. Train them. I train my brother-in-law. They're fishermen. Okay? I'm training them to do HVAC cleaning and repair. Mainly they do the cleaning, I do the repair. You know, that's the way it works. So they don't know how to repair. And it's easier just letting them do the cleaning. I train them how to clean the units, window type and split type, inverters and condensers and evaporators, and they're good at it. They do a fantastic job. We strip them down, we take out the fans, we do a good job. When we're done, we check pressures, we check amperage, we check everything, and we data log it. For the resorts that we work with, we data log everything down. Then the next time we go, get the same unit, we do the same thing again. Now, if there's a problem, we can see a trend. We can see a problem starting before it gets there, and we can let them know, hey, this one's going to have a problem. This is what we need to do now to make sure it doesn't have that problem. Okay? And then we help them out like that, and then we make extra money. So, I got my disability, 30%. And I got a company out of Florida right now I'm working with to try to up it for me. They wanted me to fly to Florida to go to a freaking VA office. I said, no way, to a doctor for an appointment. I said, I'm in the Philippines. I'm not going back to the U.S. If we can't do this in the Philippines and get my VA adjusted up, then never mind. Just leave it at 30. I'm okay. It's good enough for me. But that's what's going on with my VA. Yeah, Hillbilly, contact me. I'm the distributor for the product. You don't want to buy it in town on Shopee. It sells for 7,000 plus pesos. I have it for 2.5. Okay, and I'll J&T it right to your door. It's depending on where you're living. Where are you living, Hillbilly? Because most shipping from J&T on that little syringe, it's only like 200 pesos. Most 300. Anywhere, pretty much anywhere in the Philippines, no more than 300. And I've shipped to Mindanao. I've shipped all over Luzon. Got a lot of customers. Yeah, the mini splits, you got to check the connection behind the evaporator. They like to leak there, or if they don't get the Schrader valve. Ask someone to put it on for you. Go over there and ask Micah. Micah, put the family on for him, please. Yeah, you know what they do here? Believe it or not, Ray, what they're doing, they're putting Teflon tape on the taper on the male side, and then tightening down the female side on top of the Teflon tape. I never use that stuff in the aircon. They're doing that here. So, you're in Bicol. It'll only be less than 200 pesos, Hillbilly. You know what? You have my email. If you don't, it's Mike, the letter N as in Nancy, Mike N, the letter N, Manila, @gmail.com. Send me over an email or contact me on Messenger, Michael Lee White, and I'll hook up with you. Or you can even go to my Facebook page, Essential Efficiency Enterprise. That's my company Facebook page. Go to Essential Efficiency Enterprise, and you can connect me any of those ways, whatever's easiest for you. Email is good for me. And then get me an address and a phone number, full name, address, phone number, so I can JNT one over to you. You can Gcash the money over to me. It's fine. We'll work it that way. That'll be easy. And then what you do is you can either pay somebody or you talk to me and I'll help you do the injection. And then if your charge is good right now, it'll still be okay. We'll just shut off the unit, connect the Extreme Ultra up, and then you're going to hold the syringe, squeezing it, pushing on the syringe itself when you start up the aircon, and it's going to suck the liquid right into the unit. And then just disconnect it, you're done. It's a simple install for the Extreme Ultra. I need to know what aircon you're running. I think you're running R32 or 410A if it's a mini split. And if you are, I'll make sure to send you that adapter with the Extreme Ultra. I have two adapters. One is for the old R22 connectors, the 1/4 connectors, and the other one's for the 5/16. So I'll send you, you won't need both, unless if you have any other aircons at home, just let me know, because one syringe is good for 6 TR. So you can inject, what are you running, 1 or 1.5, 2 hour, you can inject 2 ounces only and disconnect your Extreme Ultra. Don't let it all suck in, disconnect it. And you can use the rest in another aircon, you know. You can do it like that. That way your 2.5 can go to repair 3 aircons, you know. I like to inject it before the pressure's in it. After the pressure's leaked down, it's easy. I can put an exact amount in. You know, I can put 1 ml or 2 ml, and then I can remove my Extreme Ultra, and then I pressurize the system, turn it on, run it, pressurize it, good to go, done. Charge it back up. One star James and Karen are both gone. They're not here anymore. They went back to Bicol. Unless they're on watching my live right now. I didn't see them come in. James and Karen, good evening. I didn't know you had joined me. I missed it somehow. I was talking to Ray and we were talking about aircon, and a couple more messages flipped up and I missed it. Yeah, the Nylock is amazing stuff. All right, James, glad you could join me. I sent you a message on Messenger. Did you get it about the voltage meter for your battery? Yeah, one star. I was watching that one also until they got all the way up into the river, and then my battery went low on me and I had to leave, so I lost contact then, but that's cool. Okay, good. Buy that little thing. It's what, 95 pesos. 2 wires, plus and minus, wired into your battery, and you'll always know what the battery voltage is. Okay, you can just take a little hot glue or super glue if you want, and glue it right to the top of your battery. Yes, and then just wire the plus and minus up and you're good, you're done. It'll read the voltage for you at any time. You'll know exactly where your battery's at. You'll know when you got to stop your stream, because you'll be able to monitor it. You'll say, if you get below like 11, you start seeing your stream mess up, you'll know to stop your stream. So, oh, good. Battery. You still had power to go. It was starting to act up on you at 12.25, and you know that's the end of that. You need to watch your voltage to that point. Yeah, Ray, I want to see you stomping your laundry, okay? And dancing to budots. All right, I want to see that over here. I got a tub downstairs. I got a couple ladies that'll stand around and watch you, and they'll clap for you if you want. They may even dance with you. I'll get Judith out there dancing with you, doing the budots, stomping on his laundry in the wash tub. Okay, so get that little voltage meter, James, charge it up to 13.7, and then watch it when you're monitoring it, and then you'll know exactly when you're going to go low. Add on that. Tell Karen I said hi. I'm glad you guys made it home safely. I know that was quite an ordeal there. When you start passing Hintatolo, you get into those big waves, and I wasn't really worried about you. You didn't show any signs of seasickness, neither one of you. So I wasn't really worried about you guys getting seasick. Somebody was mentioning that, but no, I didn't see it in you guys. I don't know how they could think you were going to get seasick, you know? But anyway, they were only, 3 to 4 foot waves. So that was okay. And then it calmed down. As you get to Panay, it just goes on down to 1 footers, you know? It's very nice over there. Just like it is over here. It starts out here nice and then gets big and then goes small again. That's how every boat trip's going to be. Wow. Very good, James. Awesome. He'll be in the Philippines. It's a 1.5. You have 2 of them? Okay. What I'd like to do then, Hillbilly, what I would do in your case is just buy the Extreme Ultra. Wait until you have a low freon condition again. Don't hire anybody. Well, to put your Extreme Ultra in. Plastic syringe. Let me go out here and grab one out of the box. I got a couple boxes of them here. I'll show you the difference in them, and then I'll show you what the white looks like, what the pink looks like. I got them right down here. I'm just gonna remove these adapters I have in here. These are for automobiles. So, no, these are the 1/4. I have 1/4 and I have 5/16, just a bunch of adapters right here. Anyway, this is the Extreme Ultra Pink. This is what we use for the standard aircon, like your TCL, where you're running a 410A or R32. I think yours are R32, right? TCL normally is R32. But anyway, what I do is, you see these 2 adapters. Hold on a second. Let me get my fingers here. I'm trying to hold the phone and chat with you. Okay, you see these 2 adapters right here. One is black, one is green. The green is 5/16, the black is 1/4. Okay, so you can use them for any ether type aircon, any kind. Even if you put a window type and you have to put in a charge valve, or you use a bullet valve for charging, you can use the black one for that. The green one is for R32 and 410A. Okay, and then what's nice is, I'll show you. This is the green one, for example, right? Let me set my phone down so I can explain this to you, how you do it. Okay. This is a syringe of Extreme Ultra, okay? This syringe, you can't see it, but behind the paper is gradients showing you up to 6 ml. This syringe holds 6 ml, okay? So what you need to do is, you need to peel the paper back. The reason the manufacturer did this, he didn't want people putting in like I'm telling you to put in. You only need 1 ml for a 1 TR, for a 1 horsepower. 1 ml of this product. What I do is I typically install 2 ml. Okay, so I can use this for 3 aircons up to 2 horsepower. I put in 2 ml up to 2 horsepower, and you peel the paper back, and there are gradients in here. So you can see, if you see the writing there, it says 6 ml right on it. So the gradients inside, behind the paper, there's little black lines. You can see 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, you know, going down. And you see the gradients right here Let me see if I can show it on the camera. Let me try to focus in on it. See the black lines right here at the bottom? Right there. You see 3 little lines? Those are the gradients I'm talking about. So if you peel back the black section of paper here, and the reason they conveniently put the black there, so you can't see the lines, the gradient lines through the sticker, okay? So you remove the paper right here, you'll see the gradient lines. Then it's very simple. You take the white cap out of the syringe. Take the white cap out, okay, unscrew it. Take your adapter and screw your adapter right in where the white one was, okay? Screw it in tight. Then what you're going to do is you're going to squeeze the syringe, bring the liquid up, all the way up to where you start seeing it in your adapter, okay? And the reason for that is you don't want to inject air in your system. You want it to be fluid, okay? Yes, sir. Ask Micah on the aircon for you, please.
Micah, no line.
Micah on the aircon, please, hon. So that's how you do it. Then you screw this onto your Schrader valve. Just screw it right onto your aircon. And then you're going to hold the back with the palm of your hand. And you're going to grab a hold of the syringe. Because if you don't hold the back and you got full pressure in your system, it's going to try to blow the syringe out and all your liquid's gone. You just wasted 2,500 pesos. Okay? You're going to hold it firmly in your hand. You're going to have the aircon off. Then you're going to start it. And when you start it, the Freon starts circulating. You're going to squeeze this syringe until you input 2 ml. Then disconnect this quickly off of there. You're done. Your 2 mL's injected and you're done. Yes, you got plenty of power. Then right cap back on it. Okay. And then just put it back in your box and save it for the next one. The instructions for it come with it right here. Just get the instructions out and read through them if you have any problems. But best you just call me. We talk about it. We do it online, and you handle it yourself, and you'll be good to go. I'll help you walk you right through it. But anyway, that's Extreme Ultra, guys. That's a product I use here. I import it from Italy. This comes from Italy. Extreme Ultra. You can go on YouTube and look it up. I've used this in automobiles. I've used it in every kind of aircon you can imagine, and refrigeration systems. I'll show you that one. Got a whole box of them here. I buy by the box because I sell a lot. Okay, so this is you see how many I got in here left. I have this is my last box. I only have I've sold 7. I still got a few left here. I got about 23 left in this box. I sold a whole box to my distributor over in Laguna. I got him selling over there for me too. This one is called Extreme Ultra White. The white is under the word Ultra. Extreme Ultra White. It's exactly the same as the pink one I just showed you. And the adapters, when I do my boxes, this one doesn't have any. Generally, these will be the black adapter because people have to install a charge connection on the freezers and refs. They don't have a charge connection. They're sealed, hermetically sealed units, so you have to install a charge connection or you're not going to be able to put the product in, or you're not going to be able to put Freon in. Okay, so the black adapter is the one you need for that one. And I send those in the box with them if somebody buys it from me. Yeah, if you could, but Hillbilly is not an HVAC tech 1-star, but if he could, do a pressurization with nitrogen and then leak check it. That's the best way. Yeah. But yeah, Hillbilly, just contact me, let me know. 2 lives at over 20,000 today on the route. 2 likes? 2 lives. I'm not understanding, James. 2 lives at over 20 on the route. Oh, I think you started a second stream, so that one got 20,000 likes, and your first one 20,000 likes. Wow, that is awesome. Yeah, Hillbilly, don't replace your units. Just, where are you in Bicol anyway? I'm in Masbate. Where are you located in Bicol? Oh, that's right. You're over by Ariga. Never mind. I remember now. I know where you're at. You're between Daraga and Naga. Out there in the boondocks. No wonder you call yourself the hillbilly. You come out here and you're still a hillbilly, huh? You're out in the boondocks. Very good. I suppose you're raising baboy out there too, right? And chickens like we are. That's awesome. Anyway, guys, let me go back and just have a seat. I'm glad you guys are on here tonight joining me, and I'm glad Karen and John and James could come back in and join us as well. That's really nice. So, anyway, it doesn't sound like these ladies are doing much of a party tonight, huh? Oh, you're just drinking here, okay. Yeah, the ladies are here drinking tonight. A few of them, a couple of our neighbors came over. So they're all having a cold mule. I'm empty. I'm time for a new one. Anyway, couldn't have done it without your help on the mini. Well, James, you know, that's what friends are for, you know. You're family now. So, like I told you before, anytime you want to come over here, that's fine. We really appreciate you guys and all the help you've given us. Ray was telling me I need to put my live feeds into what was that? Let's see what he said. I gotta go back now. Put all my live feeds in a category together so that people can view them while they're sleeping. They can just turn it on and view them while they're sleeping. And he says that's what he does. It helps with gaining time, views, the time on your views. Wow, we were back a little way, weren't we? I'm going back. Star Ray, let's see. He said it helps with watch hours to put them live stream in a playlist. I didn't discuss putting my live stream into a playlist, so maybe we can chat tomorrow about that, and we'll try to put it into a playlist. All right, sounds good. I got plenty here, Hillbilly. No need to worry about stock. I have plenty of stock right now. Haven't been really pushing it too much. If you go to my Facebook page, you'll see my advertisements about the Extreme Ultra. But I recommend just go on YouTube and type in Extreme Ultra, and you're going to see a lot of videos. A lot of people sell it around the world, and it's just a good product. You'll have HVAC techs that tell you, don't put anything in your HVAC except for Freon and oil. You know, everything must be OEM. But there are products like what I'm using that help tremendously to save you a lot of time and money. They really do help, and they work. They really work. My first customer here in the Philippines was GMA7. My second customer was Gardenia Bread. My third customer was SPI Global, Rubisco. So if they're buying it and using it and recurring customer buys, it's a good product, okay? That we prove to them it works, and they are big commercial companies here. And those are the ones I focused on. That's what I built my business on. I didn't build it on the homeowner. You know, I help the homeowners for basically nothing, but the commercial are the customers I really go after. Motor Light's my customer. Unilever Corporation is my customer. So I've got some really well-known name customers around the world, and they're here in the Philippines, and that's who I deal with. So that's why I turned everything over to distributors to let them run with the well-known companies that I established. I spent 7 years grinding. I'm talking every day, rain or shine. I was at business meetings all over Manila, Makati, BGC, Bulacan, Batangas, Colombo, Kabuya. I went everywhere. And I was riding motorcycle on the national highway because my motorcycle was a 155cc at the time. When I came here, I built my company. I was only making $900 US a month retirement pay. My ex-wife was getting a third of my money. I didn't have Social Security. I didn't have a well-established business. I was out here grinding, humping every day to make ends meet, to make a business work here in the Philippines. And you know what? Not only did I succeed, I'm thriving at it now. That's why I call myself the thriving expat. And that's why I call it surviving in the Philippines. Because it takes a certain type of person to really survive here and to thrive here. You know, that's what it's all about. So those of you coming here, if you're ultimately wealthy, good on you. I wasn't, okay? And my family, my wife, supported me 110%. My wife and I started off with no children. Our first baby was born in Manila. No, Rojas City. Rojas City, guys. Those from Rojas. Micah was born in Rojas. Okay. Then, when she was a few months old, Yolanda hit. She was born in September. Yolanda hit in December. So we had to move. We had to move out of Rojas. There was no power, no water in Milibili subdivision where we lived, the barangay we lived in. So we moved out, and I'll be damned if Globe didn't come after me. Globe came after me and says, "Sir, you owe us this many thousands of pesos." I go, "Why would I owe you? I did not partake of your service. For 2 years or 2 months, I had no power. I didn't even live in Milibili anymore. Oh, but sir, you signed a contract." I said, "You know what? We're going to either settle for a much lesser amount, or we're not settling at all. I'm leaving, and I'm not paying you nothing because I wasn't using your service." So Globe and I, man, we settled for like 2 months of payments. That was it. Done, out of there. Done with Globe. So they will negotiate with you. But anyway, I left Milibili, went to Masbate again, and then Charm and I thought we could start a business in Naga. We weren't successful in Rojas. I visited I would San Antonio Resort. I could probably name off half a dozen or a dozen hotels in Rojas I went to, and businesses and City Hardware, and I went everywhere trying to start a business, and nobody's interested. So I left Rojas when Yolanda hit. We had about ready to pull out of there anyway. We had a cheap place to rent, like 5,000 pesos a month from a relative. But anyway, we moved out of there. We came back to Masbate. Then one guy I was chatting with, he says, "Well, come on over to Naga. You can, as a foreigner, you can stay at my place. I got an extra room. My girlfriend and I are here. And I go back to the U.S., half a year to be with my wife, and I come back the other half to be with my girlfriend." I said, "You're welcome to come over here and rent a room for me." He's only going to charge me $3,000 a month for a room. So I went over to spend time over with him. His name was David Thomas. He lives there in Naga. Good guy, left wing, but good person overall. But hates Republicans. Anyway, we didn't argue too much. Kind of kept my political views to myself, so I could rent a room for 3,000 pesos a month. And found out that there was only a couple of hotels that were independently owned in Naga. 2. In fact, Crown Hotel there is owned by Makati or Manila. There's 2 others, I forget the name of now. I'm getting old, guys. Don't remember all those little names and stuff. But there were 2 hotels that I was communicating with. I went over to one. We put the Cold Plus AC treatment in their company van. And in 20 minutes, I froze out the manager. She couldn't stand. It was too cold. Using our product in their aircon, she had to get out of the unit. And the other guy, I could probably go over and visit him today. He'd probably buy my product if I wanted to trips over to Naga. Maybe I should one day and go visit the owner over there. That'd be pretty cool. But the only other company there is Big's Diner. There's 3 companies in Naga. Those 2 hotels and Big's Diner, and the rest are owned or operated out of Manila or Makati. So Naga's a dead end for doing business if you want to deal with corporations. So I moved to Calamba. I had a relative over in Calamba who said, "Come on over, you can stay here at my house." So Charm and I moved there. It was her uncle. We stayed there for free. And I found out real quickly, I think within 2 months, I determined that there was nothing in Calamba. You know, the LGU there. Went to the LGU. I was visiting with them, trying to get them interested. And I'll be damned if the guy's not hitting on my wife. You know, because I wasn't using Messenger. We gave him her Messenger. Next thing I know, he's trying to hit on her and go out with her. An idiot. So we decided Colombo just wasn't a good place to do business either, because everything that's there is incorporated in Makati or Manila. So here you go again. So off to Las Piñas we went, right? We rented from another relative an apartment over there, 2-bedroom apartment in Las Piñas. And we had our second child, Ella, in 2016. So this is back 2013, 14, 15. Now I'm in Las Piñas. 2015, 2016, my wife decided we wanted to have another one, so we got her pregnant. Took about a wham bam and she's pregnant. These women are very fertile. You guys haven't known that already. So we had our second baby 9 months later, and here came Ella, 2016. We're still trying to do business, but this time I'm focusing on the corporate offices in and around Manila. In 24, that was actually 2014. We were in Las Piñas. 2014. And because Motorlight Corporation out in Bulacan was my first customer, 2014. I went to a lady. I met her at the executive office in the Senate building in Manila. And I'd been talking to her. I don't know how I contacted with her. Somehow I met this lady, and she wanted to know more about my Cold Plus AC treatment, saving energy, saving money in HVAC in the Philippines. So I met with her at the executive suite in the Senate building down in Manila. I don't know if you guys have ever been to the Senate building where the senators meet. You know, all the big wigs, all the fancy cars, you know, number 3 to 12 or whatever it is. They have senators. They give them number plates on their car, you know. Number 1 is the president. Number 2 is the vice president. Number 3 is the Senate representative, and it goes from there, you know. Anyway, I went to the Senate building. We met with, her name was Iris Gonzalez, and she was a writer for Philstar newspaper. So she did an article on me, and we talked for about an hour. She wrote everything up and did a beautiful article that came out November 14th or 24th, one of those two dates of 2014. And shortly afterward, Motorlight owner told his engineer to contact me. And so Motorlight contacted me. Then he tried to backdoor me 3 times and go direct to Cold Plus, and every time his email was kicked back to me because I'm the Philippine distributor. And finally he realized he wasn't going to go around me, so he had to go through me. So he ordered product. We set up an appointment, and I went and installed product. We did 9 phases of installation of product in their units. And then this engineer left, went to Japan to get his PhD, and it was a lull there for a couple of years until I met the engineering over at STAM 2 plant, that is the people who make the Kentucky Fried Chicken, spaghetti sauce and gravy for KFC. So he contacted me and said, look, we'd like to try out your product. And I said, okay, I'll come over. We'll set up in one of your offices. We'll do a test for you, because it doesn't matter who you go to, even though you prove to Motorlight that the product worked. STAM 2 is part of Motorlight. The owner knows the product works, but are they going to buy it outright from you? Nope. They got to get that little freebie in there, you know. You got friends on Bilaran. I plan to visit just southeast of Masbate. Well, One Star, if you come over, please come over and see me, man. That would be much appreciated. Come over and visit, spend a couple days, and enjoy Masbate a little bit. Maybe we can go fishing over here. Show you how we net fish. Yeah, I'd like to have more moderators. I'd love to have more right now. Maybe One Star, you'd like to be a moderator? Hillbilly is already there. I need more. I've only got like 3 moderators right now. Sure, One Star. You know what? Come on over. We'll go fishing. Hopefully when you come, the fishing will be better than it was when we were here with James and Karen. We're in a lull season right now. Rainy season started in June. July and August are a little slow. July's okay, but then it slows down in August. Now it's going to pick back up in September. And September, October, we should be okay, and then it'll slow down again. You mod for James and Karen and a few other larger channels. Well, One Star, you know what? Can I click on you and go ahead and add you? I'd like to put you in as a managing moderator because I only have a couple. And I need people who can handle things properly and teach me as well. So is that okay with you? All right, let me click on you here. I'm just going to add you right now. I need some managing moderators. Okay. You are now my managing moderator. Thank you very much, One Star. James taught me how to do that. Okay, we're up to 10 views. You guys, we're really not having a party tonight. We have friends over and relatives visiting with Charm and I. Look at Charm's eyes. Her eyelids are closing. What is up with you, woman? She's so tired. We were expending a lot of energy with Karen and James, and I know they're tired as can be too. I thought for sure he'd go home and go straight to bed. Rosalind, our housekeeper's here. She always parties with us. She's part of the family and a relative. So thank you, One Star. That's beautiful. Anyway, back to what I was talking about, business in the Philippines, you know. With Motolite, we did the testing at STAM 2, and then we did, what did we do with them? We did 537,000 in sale of the Extreme Ultra and the Cold Plus AC treatment. Those two products alone we put into all of the air cons, 48 units. 537,000, I believe, was the contract, or 573. You know, when you get old, numbers tend to go backwards sometimes. I'd actually have to go back into my Gmail and find it. But we did a nice contract with them, okay? It took me 3 days with one helper to inject Cold Plus and Extreme Ultra into 48 air cons. We were cranking them out. We did like 16 a day. And we're at the same time we're monitoring them. So with data loggers. So we gotta hook up, get a baseline, inject Cold Plus, watch a change in the baseline. As soon as we saw a change in baseline, disconnect, go to the next unit. Because Cold Plus reacts very quickly. It starts cleaning the unit almost immediately, and you see a drop. You see an amperage drop. As soon as you see the amperage start dropping, disconnect, go to the next unit. So anyway, we did 48 units for STAM 2. We thought we were going to get all the KFC stores, and I probably can, but like I said, I turned it over to another distributor in Laguna, who I gave a 2-year contract with, and I just realized yesterday, my wife and I are looking back at the contract. His expired in 2024. Well, he's legally not my distributor if he's not selling, and he hasn't sold anything since 2024. So I sent him an email, he didn't respond. I sent him a WhatsApp, he didn't respond. So he's really on the short list to a rejection letter and shutting him down and take back over what I started and either find another distributor or just run back to these companies myself. I got Unilever right now wanting to buy product, and they didn't like the price given to them by my Laguna contact, my distributor. So Unilever wants to do a 200-ton chiller right now, and they want a guaranteed savings. I told them I can guarantee you 10%, but I'm not going to guarantee you more than that. As long as your monitoring equipment gives me a proper baseline, I'll trust your equipment to continue, because I worked with the guys for Unilever. I worked with them for almost a year. Almost every day I was driving to General Trias from Cavite, from Bacoor. So did a lot of stuff with Unilever. I trust those guys out there. There's cassette multi-head units in commercial buildings. Yeah. 4-head units. Yeah, there are a lot of cassette type. And you know, we charge $3,500 each to clean those. That's what we're charging, because the condenser is usually on the rooftop. And then multi-port cassette, 4-port cassettes. So those are $3,500 a hit. If you get a business that's got, 10 of those, you're gonna make a chunk of change quick. So yeah, those are good money. But back to the rest of the guys and the products. I will talk to my distributor, and I'm going to be looking for another distributor, somebody who's on LinkedIn, who wants to distribute, who has a following like I do. I've got over 12,500 contacts on LinkedIn. So that's just a business. I use it for business only. I don't go hitting them up with my YouTube channel. I probably should, huh? I should make a video about Extreme Ultra and put it in as a YouTube. And I'd probably get a lot of views, a lot of subscribers. My contacts would move over and subscribe to me on YouTube. Anyway, this is all a lot of fun though, guys. I don't want to work. I want to fish. I want to enjoy life. In fact, I think I'm going to go get and grab another mule out of the fridge. Just give me a second here. I'll show you my refrigerator, freezer, why it's so messed up. These damn women over here, they don't know how to